This is the Four-Man Rush. Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to another podcast of the Four-Man Rush. I'm your host, Timmy V.O., here with my man, Kevin, and we're going to be rolling it solo dolo tonight, giving you that cover two look as we go into week 4 of the preseason. It's on. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's week 4. It's about to be on and popping up in here, folks. Anyway, Steelers, Panthers coming up. We're going to talk about that, of course. And we're talking about Cam's foot injury, what needs to improve on the offensive and defensive side of the ball relating to the Patriots game. Even though we got out of there with a 10-3 score, there were a lot of mistakes. One of them got Cam's foot jacked up, and we'll talk about that more in depth. People have been talking about offensive line, this, that, and the third, but it's a team effort. That means injuries too. And we'll talk about what Tepper's got going on in the bubble. And I tell you what, he's hooked the fans up on this one. It's going to be a heck of an experience. The climate control, but we'll get into that too. And we'll talk about Gano and everything else in between when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. So strap on your seatbelts, folks. We're about to take a ride. Here we go. Kevin, you and I and you, here's what we're going to do. Man, so let's jump into Cam's injury, which will transition us into the Patriots game and what needs to happen in terms of the offense and defensive side of the ball. Man, go ahead.
Yeah, Cam gave us all a scare going into the New England game. If anyone was asked, what is the one thing you do not want to happen when playing this third preseason game? And I guarantee you, probably nearly 100% of Panther fans would have been like, let nothing happen to Cam Newton.
Yes.
Well, it didn't work out that way. Now, originally, looking at it live, it looked bad and worse and had a lot of fans in panic. I mean, we had the online medics and physicians and specialists speculating everything. I saw everything from it looks like a torn plantar fasciitis to a knee injury to high ankle sprain. I mean, these these online doctors that slept at a Holiday Inn the night before were really putting it out there. But
I slept in a Holiday Inn last night.
At the end of the day, all it turned out to be was a mid-foot sprain on his left foot.
Yep.
Had it been a regular season game, Rivera said Cam would have came back in. Of course, watching it in time and seeing pictures of Cam right after the game in a walking boot, so much was feared. Oh, he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, and he's going to need to sign a new quarterback, and is Kaepernick available? And all this other, oh God, just oh goodness. At the end of the day, it just turned out to be a mid-foot sprain on the left foot.
Yeah, thank God.
He returned to practice a couple of days ago, worked on the side, and Rivera said even today in his press conference after practice, he has absolutely no doubt Cam Newton will be playing week 1 at home versus the Los Angeles Rams to defend the NFC champ. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and take solace in enjoying knowing that fact.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Cam will be playing week 1, folks. Thank God. Yes, he will be playing week 1. Now, how in the world did he sprain that foot? Some people say that the lineman fell on him. That's not what I saw. It was him planning and going and stopping, and he just moved one way, and there you go. There's a sprain. It's just like when you sprain your ankle. Basically, what happens is you extend or overextend a particular muscle, and that causes damaging in that tissue. And that's pretty much what happened. Do you think somebody fell on him, Kevin, or do you think it was just the way he planned and pushed off?
It was the way he planned and pushed off. when I got home, I re-looked at it several times myself just to see, was he tripped up? Was anything happened? But it was just a combination of credit to the New England defense for keeping him in the pocket where he couldn't throw the ball out of bounds. Several fans were screaming, "You should have threw it out of bounds." Well, when you're in the pocket between the tackle box and you throw the ball out of bounds, that is what is known as intentional grounding, 15-yard penalty, and a loss of down. Now, had Cam done that, the complete opposite would have been said. You know about him, but you know with Cam, you got to take the high and the low on either subject. Whether he do or not do something, somebody's going to have a gripe about it. So we'll just leave that there. But yeah, that was just a combination of the New England defense keeping him in a good lane discipline and pocket contain, forcing him to stay in the pocket. Cam trying to do his magic the best he can, and he sidestepped about 2 or 3 defenders now. He looked good. He looked like he was about to do what he did that Monday night game against the Patriots back in 2013 when he dodged like 5 or 6 guys at him and picked up like 20-something yards. But not this time. But no one touched his foot to cause it to happen. It was just how he stopped. He was stopping and starting a lot and just like he planted really hard and probably put a lot of force on it, and that's probably what led to the sprain from what I saw. But it wasn't nobody twisting his foot or stepping on his foot or anything like that. So it was definitely a non-contact injury per se.
So folks, and it is what it is. And I was listening to some of the talking heads on Fox Sports 1 and whatnot, and there was some of the ex-players were talking about if you don't exert yourself in real time, game speed type of situations, your body doesn't know how to react to it. And I guarantee you, Cam wasn't hopping around like that in practice. He got that red jersey on; they can't touch him, so he's not necessarily going to have to evade like he was in that last game. So, it's unfortunately, a soft tissue injury is normally it has to do with replicating that type of force when you're doing a particular movement. And unfortunately, let's just be glad it's his left foot, not his right foot, because that right foot is what he plants off of to step up into the pocket and throw that ball. So he can kind of get away with the left foot. That right foot, we don't want them problems, and that's because that's going to affect his deep ball. We don't want that at all.
Not even.
Ooh, Lord Jesus, no. We got so many weapons right now, folks. I want Cam to get that ball out nice and quick so we can get them yaks, them YACs, man. Good gosh, we got plenty of people that can do it. But so transitioning into the Patriots Panther game, Kevin, what in the world can we do? Or what expectations do you have in terms of our team getting better here? Because that Patriots game from the starters on, wow, I was highly disappointed.
Well, it depends on which view you want to look at it. I mean, if you go to Tom Brady's house and hold him to 10 points, I bet you would take that any day, all day.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
For it to be what it was and ugly as it looked, there were still chances and opportunities, even in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
For us to possibly pull this off. But, it's preseason. After the starters go out, the talent and execution obviously takes a dip, particularly on the defensive side. But shout out to the backups that, kept the game within a score reach for throughout the game to at least give some sort of fourth quarter possible hope that we could touchdown and go for 2, because I really believe had we got a touchdown, Rivera would have went for 2. We're not tying in the preseason here. It's preseason. Let's see what our 2-point plays look like. I'd have loved if we'd have won 11-10, but it wasn't meant to be this time around.
Yeah.
What I saw, though, was good and bad. Now, I'm going to keep it 100. We got bailed out a lot defensively by some penalties that was called on New England. Now, those penalties were the reasons why some big plays broke. But at the end of the day, I tweeted on the 4-Man Rush Twitter account, the offensive player of the game for the first half was the yellow flag, because more yardage was called back than yardage that we put up. We only had 29 yards of offense in the first half.
Say that again.
I say again, we had 29 yards of offense in the first half. Now,
what?
Yeah, it was, yeah. So, as a fan, I can get the concern and all the uproar about the offense, but at the same time, it's still preseason. Mm-hmm. Yes, this was the dress rehearsal where normally the starters play into the third quarter, but once Cam got hurt, Rivera just pulled all the. Basically, he just pulled all the star players out. McCaffrey didn't touch the ball, but maybe like 4 or 5 times the whole game. Olsen, he had a nice grab and got to sit down and drink some more Gatorade for the rest of the game. So, once Cam got hurt on that third series, that was it for the quote unquote star players of the team. Mm-hmm. Now, reason to be optimistic on that post, as far as how the game turned out, I like the fact that I saw some plays where the offensive line blocking scheme were really coming together. It was times where I was seeing nice combo blocks out to the second level. I was seeing some movement. I was seeing some nice low pads. Just got to see it consistently. I wish we had Larry on, because that's my offensive line guru right there. Me and him we both love the trenches, but that's really his bread and butter, what he loves studying the most. But overall, you can see that once we get the timing down, it's going to all work together. Realize, folks, this was the first time our offensive line, the starting 5, played together. So, as anyone that plays football knows, the offensive line takes the longest to gel.
Yes.
It doesn't happen overnight. So it may be 2 or 3 games into the regular season before they really start clicking on all cylinders. Yep. So I know we don't have games to waste, but you must have patience as far as expecting the best of the offensive line. It's going to be a work in progress. I know a lot of fans don't want to hear that, but that's just the truth. I just think that from an offensive point of view, it looked bad, but overall it's not as bad as it could be, because we didn't use the whole clip that we normally have. So, ugly game, but one we can definitely build and improve on and get ready for the Rams week 1.
Absolutely. If we're going to beat the Rams, we have got to be stout up front on the offensive line. I wish I could have seen a little bit more from DJ Moore that last game. Samuel had a nice catch, and when the Cam did throw the ball, he had time to set his feet and throw the ball. But it was pretty. It was out there on time in front of the receiver for the most part. And he got rushed on that one little dump off to McCaffrey on that screenplay that he dropped. And everybody was talking about, if Christian would have caught that ball, buddy, off to the races. But yeah, I mean, these things happen. As Kevin said, just reiterate, the offensive line takes time to gather communication, the whole 9, right? It's a big deal. Now, on a lighter note, Brian Mother Burns, dude, my God, that boy got more moves than a John Travolta movie, man. That dude can get it, man. Smooth with it, setting the edge, getting off of blocks, wreaking havoc, force fumble. Dude, I'm loving this kid.
Smooth like a glass of vodka on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, tell you, man, I'm loving this kid, man. His brother was not joking. Best DN in the draft, by far, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, as far as the defensive front goes, I think they definitely came out with a lot more energy and a lot more intensity than what they did the second preseason game back home here in Charlotte against the Buffalo Bills. I definitely saw a lot of leverage being won up front and clogging lanes because mostly kept the Patriots offense in check as well. Like I said, they were able to break off about 2 or 3 long runs, but they were called back on penalties. Mm-hmm. Now, had it not been for the penalty, the play wouldn't happen. But from a defensive point of view, even with the penalty, there was definitely some coaching moments there as far as run, gap, discipline, and fits. The run fits. Yep. You have got, and I repeat, you have got to maintain your gap. There's no other way around it, particularly if you're going to run a 3-4 where you have one less defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. Gap integrity is vital even in a 4-3, but especially in a 3-4 if you're a defensive lineman, whether you're the nose or you're defensive ends. Got to maintain it. So I think that this was, again, another opportunity to expose what needs to be worked on because best believe, the NFL is a copycat league. Even though there was penalties, I wouldn't put it past Sean McVay to look at that game and be like, we're going to try that same play without the penalty and see what happens. Whether it be with Gurley or whoever the rookie running back they drafted. But overall, the defense played stout, had some salty moments, had a couple of weak moments as well. But overall, it was a much better, energetic performance from our defense. We got to see Luke Kuechly and Shaq Thompson together for the first time.
That's true.
And if y'all notice, you didn't see all those passes in the middle getting made by, when the Patriots went to 3, 4, and 5 wide sets. So, we kind of put that in check for the most part. Right. And as far as the secondary play goes, hey, Bradbury and Jackson came to play. And Will Harris put out a little, I think it was about a 1.5-minute video breaking down the play of both Dante Jackson and James Bradbury at corner. And all you can see is tackles and deflections made. Good coverage. Mm-hmm. Even when a mistake was made, they overcame it to still affect the play. Mm-hmm. I definitely like what I'm seeing coming from them. Now, there was a little bit of controversy I was kind of seeing amongst the fans when Eric Reed got that 15-yard penalty on 3rd down against tight end Benjamin Watson. Mm-hmm. Now, when I slowed it down and watched it all over again, Eric Reed had already went for the tackle before Watson had went down. So when you slow it down, you could see that. However, at full speed, it was what it was. It was a penalty. Yeah, I like the fact that Eric Reed reached out to Watson a couple of days after the game and apologized to him, let him know it wasn't intentional. Mm-hmm. And, Watson was like, yeah, man, I know, it was just football. So hats off to Eric Reed for reaching out to, show goodwill to an opposing player, let him know that it wasn't intentional to hit him the way he did to draw the penalty. Right. So haven't heard nothing about no fines or anything. So hopefully that'll remain the same. But overall, a much more energetic performance by the defense. Still work to be done. Still a lot of improvement, especially with the second team units, particularly the linebackers. It's Jermaine Carter, Andre Smith. They high and low. They'll make a couple good plays. They have some bad plays. Definitely room for the depth at linebacker to improve, particularly in the middle. But I think we got something solid to build upon. And I'm just looking forward to once we start doing actual game planning, I expect to see much better performance on all levels.
Yes, absolutely. Man, folks, I know it's preseason and we haven't played an actual full game since last year. Don't forget who the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator is for this team. We will be ready. Scheme-wise, we will be ready. If everybody executes as they supposed to, even though it's early in the season, if everybody executes the game plan like they're supposed to, we're going to put up points and we're going to get a lot of sacks. That's just the way it is. That front, that blitz scheme that Ron can put together, that 3-4 defense with the talent on the edge and that push up front, man, dude. Oh, my goodness gracious. Do not be fooled by preseason, folks, right? Please, talk to your friends, talk to your roommates, talk to your classmates, talk to your husband, talk to your wife. If they're a Panther fan, tell them to relax, right? This is an opportunity to look at technique. It's an opportunity to look at cohesiveness, communication, things of that nature, okay? But when it comes to getting ready for a game, Ron Rivera, North Turner, it's going to be a problem. I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem. Rams going to be ready. Don't get me wrong. No, they're going to be ready. It's the Rams, you know. But I don't think I'm getting ahead of myself if I say they get ready to come to Charlotte and run into a buzzsaw. I really feel that way. People are sleeping on Christian McCaffrey. People are sleeping on DJ. People are sleeping on Curtis. People are sleeping on a healthy Olsen, right? If Cam stays comfortable in that pocket and he gets that ball out early, right, and we bring them safeties down and linebackers get a little antsy, they're not trying to drop back like they should be. That pass rush is not going to be quite as stout. DJ and Curtis they're going to get around that edge. They're going to get off that jam. They're going to head down that sideline 9 route on that ass. Be careful. Be careful, folks. Norv is going to set it up. It's going to be pretty, too.
Hey, and remember, I made my prediction a few months ago. I said 27-10. I'm sticking with it. I'm not backing off of it. Even after seeing preseason games, I'm sticking with it. 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and in the salty defense, man. Salty defense. I'm sticking by it. I haven't seen anything to make me want to change that. That's what I'm sticking with, and we'll see. Feel free to call me out on it on the podcast after the game.
Yeah. If you're listening to this podcast, type something at the in the comment section below on the podcast feed, right? If you're on YouTube, write a comment. Call us out. Feel free. Just realize that we know what you said. Because we know what we're saying. And I'm with Kevin, man. I don't have any reservation on us getting off on the Rams, dude. These guys they're more ready than we're putting on. The offensive line will take time. It will, but if we can get some runs, if we can get some good runs going, again, the short routes, getting the ball out quickly to disrupt that pass defense, play action, we're gonna be a problem, folks. We can go 5 wide, right? We can put Arma in a situation where they're not even gonna be covering that dude. He's gonna get you. Oh man, Armageddon. There's so many weapons on this team, folks. Norv has got to be salivating. I don't know how he keeps it together, man. I mean, you have all these weapons at your fingertips, and he's just keeping it as vanilla as can be. Oh man, that discipline. I admire that. So now the Panthers are getting ready to head into their 4th preseason game up against the Steelers. I'm not even going to touch that game last year. That is over. I think it's an anomaly, to be honest with you, because I don't think the Panthers have given up that kind of score, especially since Rivera's been here. I don't think we've ever given that many points before, have we?
Nah. That was the most during the Ron Rivera era ever given up. Those 52 points that Thursday night game against the Steelers. So if we have any Foreman Rush listeners who just happen to be Steelers fans as well, just supporting us because they know us, hey, hats off. Y'all brought the wood. Y'all whooped the ass. Say no more.
Brought the wood, the metal, the fire, the ice.
I thought I saw my grandma's old shoe one time out there on the field. That shoe she took off and threw at your ass.
The man. Duck. That was bad, but now this time it's what did you refer to it as, the game Get a Job Bowl or something like that?
Oh. I called it the backup bowl.
Backup bowl. There you go.
Yeah, man. This is going to be the backup bowl this 4th preseason game. No starters will be playing. Yeah. You're basically going to see pretty much role players, reserves, and camp bodies trying to put that last bit of film together, not just to impress us, but to impress the other 31 teams out there, because best believe, we got some talent on here that's not going to make the roster.
That's true.
And, with all the injuries going on, and I'm sitting here watching NFL Network right now. I mean, the Vikings just released former Panthers cornerback, Bené Ben-Wickery. So, a corner that we might not take, Minnesota could possibly pick up. You never know. Lamar Miller for the Houston Texans, he's on IR for torn ACL. Who knows if Cameron's Payne is cut, he may get scooped up. I mean, you just never know. So there's definitely room and reason for whoever plays this coming Thursday at Bank of America. You're playing for a job, whether it's with us or somebody else.
That's right.
And hey, I don't hate. If being with us this summer secured you some security for the year, hey, I'm happy for you. Wish you well,
brother. Absolutely.
I definitely don't feel no bitterness, because at the end of the day, you're still the top 1% of people who play football that get a chance to be in the league. So, hey, you're playing for your job, future career. A lot of things can happen on cut day. So definitely I definitely look forward to seeing some all-out effort, and won't be surprised to see some surprise play or two from players we normally wouldn't expect much from. So, it'll be what it'll be. I personally still haven't made up my mind if I'm going yet or not, because I'm kind of on this paper chase at my job, and they're asking for overtime. So I'm kind of weighing my options here, because I can always stream it, at my desk. So we'll see. Yeah, man, the backup bowl. Yeah, you're playing for your next employer, basically, is what it comes down to.
Yes, sir. The Panthers-Steelers dress rehearsal. Get that job application ready, fellas.
Yeah, because Rivera also in this presser today after practice was saying that, in this game he's looking at, who the nickel position, the backup quarterbacks, the last couple of wide receiver spots, and the inside-outside linebackers. So, yeah, still some players that can affect where they are on the not only on the roster, but the depth chart. So this is not a game to just come out and just be half-ass and loafing. This is something where, you got to take this, like, for some players, this is going to be your Super Bowl, basically. If you're a long shot player who's looking for an opportunity to play in the NFL this season, the 100 season, I mean, come on now. I mean, this season going to be special for so many reasons. So I definitely look forward to seeing. I think we're going to see some good ball being played.
I agree. They tend to bring it this last preseason game, because they know this is a chance to hopefully, for some of them, feed their family. Saying get them out of a situation that is detrimental to them. So, these guys are gonna be playing around, man. I mean, they're gonna be. This is gonna be serious. And again, I hope nobody gets hurt. We're not gonna talk about Andrew Luck today, but I wish these guys luck on Thursday. Hopefully we can keep some of the guys that we really like, but like Kevin say, you never know. So might wind up like Trey Boss, leave the Panthers for a little while and come back. But yeah, Steelers, Panthers, Thursday, game 4 of the preseason. So we'll see what's happening. Stay tuned and tune in. It should be interesting.
Hey Tim, I was just thinking, this is going to be the last podcast before the final roster is set, with it dropping on Thursday and stuff. So you want to do a quick rundown of who we think, might be on the roster? You want to chop it up like that for a few minutes?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can. Don't quote me on some of these. So, yeah, sure. 2
quarterbacks or 3? What you see?
Based on Cam's foot, I say 3. Just to be on the safe side. I don't think they want to take a chance with that, especially with the 3-headed monsters, CMC, DJ, and Kurt. I think they want to make sure they got somebody to get that ball out to them. So I think they'll keep 3. Obviously Cam, Allen, and I'm going to say Greer. I would prefer Heineke, but I don't know.
Yeah, especially since he's out. I mean, truth be told, if you want to go by the numbers, Heineke has outplayed both
Yes.
You know, Greer and Allen. Now you can also flip and be like, okay, he's coming in the full quarter against, third stringers.
True.
Okay, you can factor that in as well. But at the end of the day, still plays got to be made and who's executing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely a Heineke guy. I'm hoping that, if he doesn't make the 53, we can, if he's eligible to play on the practice squad again, I'm a fan of his, but I think he's one of the ones that's done put out, enough on film to possibly get picked up by somebody, and
Yep.
and if he's not one of the ones to make it on ours, I definitely think there's a good chance someone else might scoop him up, So, but yeah, I'm with you, Cam, Will Greer, and Kyle Allen will be the three quarterbacks. Fullback, no brainer, Alex Armour. Armageddon. Now, when it comes to running backs, we've discussed typically is three. We've talked about possibly four, depending on how the offensive line break down. Because with Dennis Daly showing so much position flexibility, I think we're going to be good with 8 offensive linemen instead of the normal 9, and that opens up room to possibly having another running back because I like the guy Cameron Spain, and his play during the preseason training camp has not reflected that he could not help this team.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the youth and the upside of Jordan Scarlett and Reggie Bonifant to get us to that next level, that position flexibility, that ability to do multiple things. And I'm not saying that Artis Payne isn't capable, but at the end of the day, he's 29, his 5th year. If we keep him, I'm not going to be mad, but I am leaning towards seeing some new blood. How you feel about it?
And I'm like you, man. I'm a Cap fan. To be honest with you, man, the way Ron has spoken about Cap over the years, and he wants to get him an opportunity. It would be odd if we let him go. But at the same time, Ron, I'll be honest, he's not very honest. He's not very open when he's talking about what's going to happen behind closed doors, so to say. But honestly, I think we should keep Cap. Me personally, I would do Cap and your man from Florida. Just because I know Bonifant shows exceptional skill set, man. He can catch the ball, he can run with it. And oh man, that's tough. But I would hate to be the running backs coach. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. But Holyfield ain't gonna make it. It'll be different if Scarlett didn't have that power. But dude, he will run your ass over. Like, dude,
yes, sir.
He runs angry. I like that. So you combine that with Cap, dude. You could put Cap back there with CMC. You could put Scarlett back there with CMC. They both can catch out the backfield. I think for the most part, it was Cap's inability to pass block that was putting him in the doghouse most of the time. But I would hate to see Cap go. But like you said, man, if he goes, he goes. We got some young bucks back there that can step in and produce. There's no doubt about that. But like as you mentioned, dude, 5 years, veteran. He's been with this franchise his entire career. Why would you let him go? You don't bring somebody like that back over and over and over again. He's been here since Stu. He's been here since CMC, and he's still here. That speaks volumes to me. I don't know what Ron's up to, but that kind of speaks volumes to me, man. He likes Cap for some reason, and I love the way he runs too, man. Shiftiness. Oh my gosh, you better meet him in the hole, or you're in trouble. So
yes, you are.
So I like Cap. I like to see Cap and Scarlett, but if we let Cap go, we got something in the backfield. That's fine. But I like to see Cap stay.
Yeah, outside of Holyfield, I think that any combination of the other 3 running backs outside of CMC. I mean, any combination of 2 between Scarlett, Cap, and Bonifant, I think we would be good. We went, Cap and Bonifant, I think that'd be nice. If we went Bonifant and Scarlett, I think that'd be nice. If we did Scarlett and Cap, I think that'd be nice. I mean, any way that you cut it, I wouldn't feel like the talent drop-off was big with any combination of those 3, backing up CMC.
Yeah, I agree. So obviously the tight end position, we have Olsen, Ian, and Manhurts.
Martinez!
Now I have to say one thing about Manhurts. Going back to the Patriots game, I don't know if his feet was stuck in cement or he didn't realize how fast that dude was coming off the edge. But man, whoa, what the heck, bruh?
Yeah, that first sack on Cam Newton was definitely all on Manhurst. That outside linebacker just went low and went fast, and Manhurst, all he could do was just look. I really don't think he was able to put a hand on him.
I don't think so.
To be honest, bro, it happened that fast.
That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. He dipped in, boy. Here it comes. So yeah, Olsen, Ian, and Manhurts. No knock on Manhurts, man. I mean, it is preseason. You have to get ready for the speed and the violence of the game when it's week 1. So I mean, preseason again enables the athletes to get used to that. That being said, those seem to be the 3. Do we have anybody after Manhurts? I like Vanderleen, number 84. Okay.
I mean, he's just as sure as hand is calm. But someone who's been getting a lot of reps, though, number 46, Tamanway. I believe he's out of, I think, is that the one from Coastal Carolina, if I'm not mistaken? I think he's from a local school here, number 4. I mean, he's someone that's have made some plays when given a few chances. I've seen him catch a few balls during the preseason, and I've seen him do some nice blocking as well. So
nice.
He kind of reminds me of a mini Manhurst. Just a big pile of muscle and just big and strong for just no apparent reason. So.
Right. Well, that's good, man. I mean, we're pretty set at the tight end position as long as Greg doesn't get hurt.
Exactly.
Now, I mean, Ian got a season underneath him. Now he learns the ins and outs of the game as a whole. And I believe you touched on this before, how Ian said that now he can focus on the little things, the finite details of the game and the position, and maybe that will translate to the field this season. So jumping to the wide receiver room, obviously we got DJ, Kurt, and Mr. Wright, Torrey, Hogan. After that, I like that kid out of Georgia though. He is a smooth route runner, great hands, doesn't get flustered. Did a pretty good job with the punt return too, for the most part.
Yeah. Had a couple of bobbles.
He did.
Full of muss. But like I say, this is the time to get it all out your system.
Yes.
When it don't count.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you definitely expect to see 5 wide quite a bit this year. I'm assuming because we got the talent to do it. So, man, I would hate to be a defensive coordinator going up against this team. But anyway, the wide receiver room is pretty much set for the most part. And of course, the offensive line, when healthy, right? Starting with the left side, you got Mr. Williams,
right.
Van Roten,
right.
Paradis.
At Paradis, right?
Paradis.
Uh-huh.
Of course,
center.
Of course, Big Trey, and my man Moten, aka that dude, holding it down on the right side. And I mean, from what I see from Larson, man, I'm worried about Larson. I don't know if he's disgruntled because he's not. I don't know. He hasn't been looking too good Oh, this preseason, but again, it's preseason. And then the Swiss Army knife that you mentioned before. What was that gentleman's name?
Dennis Daly, the rookie out of South Carolina.
Daly, that's right.
Yeah, one of Larry's favorites.
Oh yeah, and Mr. Little. I forgot about Mr. Little.
Oh yeah, update on him. He was initially took him back, quarterback to be looked at. Mm-hmm. He never went into concussion protocol or anything like that. So Little is going to be fine. He was in another one of the ones that got quote dinged up a little bit in the game. So, but no concussion protocol for Little. He's been to all the practices this week, participating in all the drills. There's been no sideline work for him, so that's good that he's definitely good to go. Awesome. But yeah, I mean, as far as those, I think with them, I mean, with Larson, he can play center and both guards. With Little, I know he's been drafted to be the quote-unquote future left tackle of this team, but I think in a pinch he could play either tackle, swing tackle, and with Dennis Daly, he's been put at both guard spots. Now in practice, I've seen him play tackle, but in a game, I've yet to see him play tackle. But Rivera has said that they want him to be able to play basically all four positions but center. So he's going to be like the ultimate, as I said, you said, Swiss Army utility guy on the offensive line. Mm-hmm. And I think that position flexibility will allow you to, get away with having 8 offensive linemen, which opens up adding an additional skill player, as we discussed before, because nobody else that I can really think out on the offensive line has stood out to earn a spot. I mean, when we're watching the game in the second half, I'm seeing guys getting blown back off the ball, high pass. I mean, they coming out their stands, popping straight up, getting jacked up. I mean, it's just nothing for me to believe that you're worthy of a spot on this team.
Hell no, so, that pisses me off.
That's just how I see for the offensive line. So, 8 offensive linemen, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 3 running backs. 3 quarterbacks and a fullback. I think that's what'll be. I think that's what it would be on the offensive side.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. And on defense, of course, 3-4 look. So, do we have to separate the DN outside linebacker position from the actual linebacker position, or we kind of count that as a hybrid? Or
the term is edge.
Edge.
Yeah. Right. When you go hybrid, it's edge because hand down, you're at the edge of the defensive line. Standing up, you're the edge defender as an outside linebacker. So edge is kind of the term to be used for the hybrid players on defense.
Okay. All right. So in terms of the edge, all right, edge rushers, we have obviously Mr. Burns, aka Spider-Man himself. We got the new kid who's out of
Christian Miller,
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
We got Mr.
I'm not a Bama fan. I'm not a Bama fan, folks. By the way, I just was imitating Stephen A. Smith, but yeah, go ahead.
Stephen. See, so we got Miller. Of course, we have Mr. Irvin, who tweaked his hammy today, but that's all right. This is more reps for Burns. And our man 97 himself, Mr. Addison. All right, as the edge, and that goes without saying. I'm assuming we're gonna have 4 edge rushers, and of course we'll rotate Poe and Poe at the nose tackle will be Poe and Love. I'm assuming from what I'm seeing so far. I know they put F.A. at the nose in a couple of situations, did they not?
F.A. has been playing some DN in the 3-4 scheme. Mm-hmm. And honestly, on both of Brian Burns' sacks against New England, Fa played a big part, and it's like he's getting the nuances of, defensive line play, particularly on the interior. He was lined up as a 3 technique and was able to disrupt the guard and affect the tackle enough to allow Brian Burns to get that strip sack that he got. So, FA is picking it up. I mean, keep in mind, folks, he put on 15 pounds of muscle this offseason. So FA, is like he's around 285, 290, if I'm not mistaken. So he's done. Yeah, he done chiseled up a little bit. Oh. I think once I think he's one of the players that, that's again that position flexibility here. And the 40 front, obviously he's a DN, and he can play the somewhat the Terry and the 30 front, depending on what technique to line up. But yeah, F.A. Obata's that's where he's at. Nice. Back to your conversation about the edge. I had 5 guys for the edge.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Mario Addison, Bruce Irvin, Brian Burns, Marquise Haynes, and Christian Miller. Those are the 5 I had down for the edge as well.
Yeah, Mr. Haynes. I forgot about him, man.
Can't forget him. Yeah,
he's shown some flashes of some serious edge rushing skills too, bro. He comes off that line quick.
I mean, if there was any player on the team on the defense side of the ball that benefited from the switch the most, I definitely would say it was him, because some people were wondering if he was going to even be able to continue with the team, because as a 4'3" DN at 240 pounds, that's a hard way to earn a check. That's rough. That's a rough way to earn that money. But as an outside linebacker, he's shown it, and he's improved, because when we've gone in our nickel sets, him and Brian Burns had a hand in the dirt. He's actually shown the ability to play it better. Now, obviously, against the Bills, he went in with the inside shoulder as we got him on the last time instead of outside shoulder, allowed that touchdown run. But hey, that's a learning tape, the learning opportunity for him. But yeah, he's someone that I really see flexibility with. So as far as like the defensive lineman goes, I'm looking at, of course, Poe at the nose, Gerald McCoy, Kawan Short, Kyle Love, F.A. Obata, and Vernon Butler. That's who I got.
Vernon. Oh, poor Vernon.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a heartbreak for me. Y'all know how I feel about Butler, but ever since that second play at Chicago, that second defense play, and I just saw that, man, he's just been on my shit list ever since. Let me just keep it real. I just have to say it like that. So, but yeah,
I mean, unfortunately for Butler, FA is really hungry. FA is hungry, Jack, and super athletic. He can pretty much give you the same thing Butler can give you, man. And that's the unfortunate thing, especially for Butler. So, wish you luck, Butler, but I don't think you're going to be sticking around this year, bud. I don't know. But anyway, now the linebacker core.
Yes.
The biggest question mark on the defense, probably on the team as a whole, because after you get past Luke and Shaq, I like Carter, I like Smith, but they really don't do it for me, man. I'm really worried about that position. I really am. Again, the starters. So we got obviously Shaq and Luke would be Mike 1, Mike 2 in that 3-4 defense. And after that, is Carter up next after those two?
Yeah, the way the rotation been after Luke and Shaq, you got Carter Jr. and Smith and Mayo 2.0, also known as Norris. I call him Porous Norris because he's poor with his coverage. I mean, it's like he just doesn't get enough depth. I mean, he's a hell of a special teams guy, but dude, hey, I'm all for the new kid, Kanansky, number 43. That's my guy. If at linebackers, that's my 5. I got Kuechly, Thomas, Carter Jr. Smith, and Kanansky being our linebackers. Yes. I got us keeping 5 linebackers for the interior.
Yes. And of course the secondary. And I was thinking about this earlier. I was editing some audio earlier. I was like, this could potentially be the best secondary the Carolina Panthers have had.
Yes, sir.
From top to bottom. I mean, I don't think we've had this many players who have that skill set to cover and stop the run consistently. This is good. This secondary might be the best one we put out there, man. It's been a while, but I like the way it's looking. So obviously at safety you have Ed Reed and Trey Galden. After that, who you got up in there, Kevin?
Well, as far as safety goes, again, we're talking about positional flexibility. Mm-hmm. I got Cockrell. I know he's going to be the one that's going to be the key to this secondary depth here, because he started out as corner, but he's been playing a lot of time in preseason at safety. Mm-hmm. And he's someone that Rivera's talking about, I believe, after Sunday's practice, that he's someone that gives him a lot of confidence that on game day, if there's ever any situation where there's an injury at corner or safety, that he can play any. He said Cockrell can play nickel, corner, or safety for him. So he's kind of the jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife in the defensive secondary that we're looking for. Kind of what we thought Colin Jones might have been a few years ago, because he's got that that 4.3 speed. Mm-hmm. But we know Colin Jones is effective in a limited box. Let him play in that box, he'll do well. But ask him to do anything more than that, you ask him to get picked on.
Yeah.
But as far as secondary goes, I had it down as Bradbury, Jackson. I got Seymour. I know he's been hurt, Kevon Seymour. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little biased because I met the guy. But again, when healthy, though, like during camp, like he was going stride for stride with Samuel. Mm. Now, I think that might be why his hamstring decided to be like, hell no, nah, bro. Rivera said he's someone that has a specific skill set that they like. And what he meant by that is, he said Kevon Seymour can play either corner position on either side, and he can also play nickel. And, that's crucial. Again, I think Rivera wants his defensive backs to be able to play multiple positions, whether it's corner nickel, corner safety, safety nickel. I mean, basically have 4 or 5 guys back there, and on any given play, you're not sure where they're lining up. That's what's going to create the moment of hesitation that they want to create on defense when the offense break, they walk up to the line and, he was at corner this time. Oh, now he's at nickel, or he was at nickel. Now he's playing safety. These are the type of chess moves that I believe Rivera's starting to play. But yeah, I got Seymour, I got Javian Elliott, and I got Cornell making the team, bro. So those would be my 6 cornerbacks that I'm going with here.
See, so, and of course we got Jackson and Bradbury, aka the Iron Palm, because he would jam the mess out you. Corn Elder, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, man. Corn had I gotta give a Corn had a very strong, solid camp. I may have seen him maybe get beat maybe twice in person the whole time, but Corn's done made interceptions. He's done made pass deflections. He done came up and popped it on the run. I mean, if you leave him as just a nickel, particularly when we do small nickel, as Rivera said, we got small and big nickel with our packages. Mm-hmm. I think him and Javian Elliott rotating at the nickel spot, I think that's going to be good if we decide to, have them active, have all the cornerbacks active that game. Obviously, special teams plays a role as well. I think Javian Elliott will be the starter nickel, small nickel for us. So I look forward to seeing him, because he's been the one that he had to wait his turn now. It was like 2 or 3 other players that got their turn at nickel first, but when he got his turn, he turned it out. I mean, he was like, yeah, okay, you making me wait last? Well, say the best for last. Watch this, coach. And, he pretty much has shown his worth. And even in the games, I mean, this guy, he's really out of position. He tackles very well. He's someone I think is going to be a big addition to our defense, particularly at the nickel spot. So definitely look forward to seeing Javian Elliott. So, but yeah, those are 6 cornerbacks I got.
You're the first person I really heard say, that they felt Corn was good enough to stick around. So I'm glad you feel the way about Corn Elder, man, because the kid can cover in the nickel spot. I mean, he can do his thing now. But like you said, he had to wait his turn, and that means we had to wait to see. And him taking advantage of it, being patient, and getting through these past couple seasons, just good. That's good for him. I'm happy for him. Brings us to special teams. And Mr. Gano. What's the word on Gano, man? What's his injury?
All right, Parlardi at punter, J.J. Jansen at holder, and then now we can discuss the final one, the kicker. But okay, here's the deal with Gano. It's been said sore leg. It's been now geared towards his knee and his kicking leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's been, when I say he hasn't kicked in any preseason game. Now, I did see him, because I posted pictures when I was down there at training camp. Like, at one point, he hit like 8 straight field goals beyond 60 yards or more. So I have seen him kick, and that leg definitely has some pop. But whatever it is that's happened that we don't know about is something that's, even Coach Rivera said that he's concerned about. So don't be surprised if we don't put Gano on short-term IR and let that leg get healed all the way up, and we give this new guy, the one that's been kicking for us, Joey Sly, the opportunity to not only kick for us, but possibly earn long-term, employment or an opportunity, somewhere else when Gano is ready. And then Parlardi at punter, J.J. Jansen at holder. So once Gano is a go, Sly gonna have to go. We're not gonna do the whole 2 thing. Look, that's how we lost out the Butker the last time. But I'm gonna let that go because that he's supposed to get kicked instead of Gano. But anyway, yeah.
So you guys can check up on. I guess you can say you can double check on our predictions after just the last preseason game and see if we're right. I feel pretty comfortable about the players we chose, and oh boy, we're gonna be a problem. If all those players are healthy, Gano set aside, obviously, but if all those players we listed are healthy, we are going to be a problem. And it's great that we're going up against the NFC champions, former NFC champions, game number 1. Get a great litmus test going into the NFC South lineup. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we go to London. Is that week 2 or 3, 4?
London is week 6.
Week 6. Okay, it was way up.
Yeah, first 2 games at home. Home against the Rams, home against the Bucks. Week 3, we're at Arizona. Week 4, we're at Houston. Week 5, that's the Hall of Honor game against the Jaguars, where the 4 players get inducted. And then week 6, we're at London.
Man, oh man. So so we got a division game week 2, folks. That's crucial off the gate. And Tampa's not gonna be nothing to sneeze at. I mean, the pieces are moving around, things of that nature. But I mean, they have an offensive-minded coach. They got some weapons on offense. I mean, don't sleep. I mean, that tight end they got. That I was hoping I was praying we got that kid.
Howard.
Yeah, I was OJ, right?
OJ, I am not the juice. Howard.
Sure ain't. Oh man, but yeah. Tampa week 2, man. Division game up quick. So I mean, those count. Those count. There's no obviously we win the division. We get into the playoffs. But anyway, week 1 will be a test, and it's going to be interesting. So, all right. Anything else you want to speak on there, Kevin, before we wrap up?
Yeah, just one last thing for those of us who do plan on attending Panthers games. As y'all know, the bubble has been opened up to the players to practice in since the Open the Fan announced on the Panthers website today that they're going to have what is called the backyard tailgate experience for fans. And what that is that Panther fans will have the opportunity to tailgate inside the bubble before the game. From the hours of 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., that's 2 whole hours. You'll have the opportunity to have access to all you can eat food, like wings, burgers, brats. There'll be a cash bar for your drinks. Buy your drinks.
Yeah,
they'll have Panther legends there. Now, the price for this is going to be $80 plus, as you know, fee. So let's just say it can range anywhere from, I don't know, let's just say $90, $100 for it. But now, again, it is all you can eat. You will be sitting and eating with Panther legends and players. Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, if money ain't a thing for you, then by all means, hey, check it out. I might just chop it up one time just for the experience and see for myself. But I definitely look forward to the opportunity of seeing how this turns out. I like the fact that Mr. Tupper is just coming up with ideas that, helps the business side of things and also the fan experience side of things. This whole bubble concept is new. And the fact that, fans will be able to have access to it this soon. I mean, yeah, I like that. So, yeah, check it out on the Panthers website. It's called Backyard Tailgate. It'll have all the details a little bit better explained in further detail from there. So, yeah, that'll be something worth checking out.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I'm about to make my way down to Charlotte and check it out too, man. Those things are really unique, and to get in there in a climate controlled environment, all right, on a quote unquote football field, man, that's pretty cool, man. Having cats in there with a plate full of wings and a burger in one hand, running a 9 route. Go long, man. Go long.
Hey, you bet that cash bar too long. That 9 route ain't gonna go too far.
No, it ain't. It's gonna turn to a dig real quick. Oh shit. But yeah, man. Hey, y'all check that out, man. That's gonna be an awesome experience. Awesome experience. Tepper knows what he's doing, and it's awesome that he's opening up that part of the franchise to people who want to really experience that Carolina Panther football environment. So that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I like Tepper, man. It's going to be nothing but good things for this franchise going forward, from what I see. So, all right, Panther fans. Thanks for sticking around for a cover 2 with Kevin and myself. We will be sure to try to bring the rest of these fellas on for first game of the season. Oh man, I can't wait, dude. It's almost here, Kevin. It's almost here, boy.
Woo, man, I can't. Woo. Man, it's been a long 7-8 months, man. I'm trying to tell you.
It has, especially for us, man. We've been trying to get this 4-man rush together and get this content right for you fans. And wow. I really don't think we could have started this at a better time. So keep your fingers crossed.
Oh yeah,
go ahead, man.
And speaking of the fans, yeah, one last thing. We put out on the Facebook page about the apparel survey. Definitely, if you're someone that's interested in Four-Man Rush apparel, we want you to just go to our posts. It'll show the apparel on there and leave your email address, and we will email you the survey that we're using. The survey is going to give us a good indication of how much inventory that we need to order so we can have, set up for you guys. And we just want the opportunity to know what matters to our fans. What do y'all like? Right. What's within your budget? What you're willing to, invest to rock the Four-Man Rush. Not just for us, but for yourself as well, because, when we succeed, you succeed right along with us and vice versa. So yeah, definitely, if you get a chance, hit us up, go to the page, scroll down to apparels, the apparel posts. I'll bump it just to keep, make it, stay active and relevant. And, leave us your email address and we'll email you the survey, fill it out, send it right back. I have a lot of people asking, when the apparel gonna be ready? We're getting it together, folks. We want to do it right. We don't want to come out half-assing it. We don't want to come out all over the place and not professional. We want to do everything in the right manner. So I promise you guys, if y'all stick with us a little bit longer, like I've done everything else, we promise we'll make it worth your while.
In fact, it'd be in your best interest to stick around till the end of the season, because now this content's only going to get better, folks. If you haven't checked out the website, you got to check out the website. There's some awesome articles on there. Eventually, like Kevin was mentioning about the apparel, once we get all the information together, you'll be able to purchase straight off our website, because we'll know what to put out there. So all the information you guys are giving us is going to make us better. It's going to make your experience better, and it's really going to allow us to streamline everything in a manner that's easy for you guys to enjoy. So again, Facebook. If you don't know if you're not if you haven't liked or following us on Facebook, it's the Four-Man Rush, right? Just go to the search bar, type in the Four-Man Rush. Actually, you can go to Google and type in the Four-Man Rush, and our website and our Facebook page and our Instagram page and our YouTube page or channel will pop up. So we're really easy to find, but go to Facebook, right? And find that post and just drop your email, guys, and we'll get started. Okay. So again, thank you so much for checking out the Four-Man Rush podcast. We're in a cover 2 set today, but that's all right, because we're still dropping that Panther knowledge like nobody else can. This is your host, Timmy V.O., along with my man, the CEO of the Four-Man Rush, Kevin. Peace out to Larry and Monty and Will and Canardo and Norris and Darius and Vince. Damn. I'm going to get it right one of these days, Vince. I almost got it, man. I almost got it. So the whole Four-Man Rush family. Peace to you guys. And then whenever you're listening to this podcast, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening, with your best friends, with your coworkers, wife, husband, whatever, you guys be safe out there. Enjoy your day. And as always, keep pounding.
I'm just taking time to really let it breathe. So baby, just chill. Yeah. She love it. We out in public and we can just chill with my partners, and we can go back to my crib and just chill under covers and do we call me and you.
The Four-Man Rush is brought to you by the love and respect of and for the Carolina Panthers and Carolina Panther fans everywhere. Keep pounding. The Four-Man Rush is a non-affiliate of the Carolina Panther organization. All thoughts, assessments, and content of this podcast is directly related to the Four-Man Rush exclusively. Thank you.